Some people drift in lanes and texting while they're driving. Holy shit, that's common. But take that away, and it's remarkable how rarely we slam into each other. It's remarkable. You can go years without a car accident if you're careful. Years and years and years. Fuck,
Your
man.
turn to pick.
Especially in this city.
Yeah. It's remarkable. But, you know, they happen. They definitely happen. But there's no way right now they can tell exactly what you were doing. They just know what happened. But if there's a way that they can put one of those, you know how they have, don't they have OnStar now in a lot of cars? You buy them, like from the factory. They have that OnStar thing where you can actually like have calls, like make phone calls with whatever it is on the other line. Like you could say, hey, can you book me a reservation at a restaurant? Like, they're also monitoring like how fast your car's going. They're monitoring like certain metrics, you know, certain things they can figure out, like what happened when you were causing an accident. Where'd you go? Where'd you drive to? Like they could track you on GPS. And at a certain point in time, they're going to be like, why can't we just film them? They're just going to film you all the time inside your car. And like, if you want to drive a Cadillac, don't have any fucking orgies in it. Because we have to film you, because otherwise we're never going to know what the fuck you did to cause this car accident. We don't want to get sued.
Oldsmobile has the camera. So like if you're doing the lane departure setting, it detects if you're not paying attention. So then by tracking your face. So there's a camera in, I think it's Oldsmobiles now.
Wow. Well, that's sort of like the iPhone X or 10, right? It sees your face. It recognizes your face to open up your password.
And it works pretty fucking good.
It's not perfect, but it's like, woo, it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. A lot smoother.
I got this phone when I couldn't find my glasses, and I found them the other day, and I have a beard now, and I had a stocking hat on. Still unlocks it. It's like, how the hell does it go through all those things?
What would change if someone gained or lost weight? Would anything change?
I don't think so. I think it detects like how far your eyes are apart, you know, and like things like that. Like I think what's weird is that I have a Amazon Echo in next to my bed now, because it's like the best alarm clock ever. It's like it's one of those things where you go like Alexa, you know, and but it has a camera on it.
Yeah, it's watching you for sure.
Yeah,
Alexa's watching your whole life.
I'm like, keep an eye on me, Alexa.
Yeah, every time you beat off, Alexa makes a check mark right next to you.
It is weird though. Like we'll be just sleeping middle of the night, and Alexa will just be like, "I can't understand what you're talking about." And you're like, "What? I didn't say anything."
Alexa she'll just start coming to life.
Yeah,
she's starting to wake up. She's becoming more woke than me.
Oh, the best is if you go, Alexa, rap, and then does this rap. It's a great
She'll do a rap.
Yeah, it's a good rap.
Yeah, we were talking before the podcast that there was a it's a good rap. We were talking before the podcast. There was something about Apple buying Netflix. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
How do you feel about a company that gets that big? Like, how do you feel about like any company that just buys up everything? You know, they just
Disney
bought up Star Wars. What else did they buy up?
Didn't they just buy the other movie studio that owns like the Avengers or whatever?
Pixar?
Paramount?
I don't know. They got a lot of money.
$1 billion by 21st Century Fox.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So now, like, the Marvel Universe is complete, I think, now.
Is it bad? Is it bad to have giant companies? Some people would say yes, right? What about a giant company like Google? Seems to be a pretty goddamn good company. Like, as far as, like, the way they treat people. It's supposed to be, like, pretty good. Other than that James Damore memo thing, the thing that went out. Remember that? That whole, where the guy was talking about why there aren't women in tech and what would encourage him. And a lot of people said he was sexist and they got crazy. And I was like, then I had to read it like a couple of times ago. It's like one or two things that might be misconstrued as being sexist because of the term neuroticism. I believe he uses the term neurotic, but really super duper controversial fucking thing.
Tracks of intruders.
Although I don't agree with it. Google firing the guy, I kind of get it. I get where they are, just to kind of calm everyone's nerves. I don't agree with that at all, but I understand why they, as a corporation, would think that way. But for the most part, I like what they're doing. Like they're buying up all these robotics and these different corporations that are creating Didn't Google buy up Boston
I
Dynamics?
think they already sold it though.
Yeah, they sold it.
They bought it and then sold it.
Stole all the secrets.
Interesting. I wonder if that's what they did.
You don't hear about the sale when they get rid of something like that. You
Yeah.
hear about the,
Yeah, you sell it and then you make sure that you don't sign some sort of a, non-compete clause.
you could have also done it to buy a person. There might have been someone working there they wanted to have on their team, and so they just we'll buy your whole company. Now you work for us.
Whoa. That's some
Why is our courier dead?
Thrones type shit. It's silicone.
Disney was smart to buy Hulu because they just pulled all their stuff off of Netflix. All Disney, I think. And
All Disney off Netflix.
so now they're just going to put it all on Hulu, which is awesome because I love Hulu.
But here's the question: like, is it possible to be as big as Google and not be scary? Right? When something gets so big that it controls so much, people tend to just immediately get wary. Like, whoa, like, this is the whole market. Right? If there's only one way you can get the internet, Verizon was the only internet provider on planet Earth. That's it. We'd be like, hey, just you? Just you. So if that's that, because it's too big, right? Controls too much. It's like, what's the level we're comfortable with?
Depends
Apple?
on-
You
it
comfortable with Apple?
It depends on the company also, I think, Like, I think a lot of people trust Google,
Apple put the nets over the buildings when the people were jumping. They did the right thing.
See the thing with the batteries they did? The response
Oh,
after they got sued?
Dude,
That battery thing is crazy. We got to talk about
we
that.
talked, how many years ago did we start talking about?
You called it. You called it in like whatever the first year of the fucking new
7 years
iPhone
ago.
was. When they had a new iPhone and then the new iPhone. Well, as soon as the new iPhone came out, you were like, I know what these motherfuckers are doing.
Yeah, but I get their excuse.
Or was it like two? It might have been like two iPhones in.
Yeah,
I want to be honest about this. I don't remember. I don't remember, but I remember there was a time
Yeah.
that you called it first, way before everybody else. I was like, I'm all paranoid about technology.
I understand their excuse though. I get what they're saying. I mean, if the batteries are going to start failing because it can't, the power's all fucked up in a battery.
But to deny that they know
Yeah.
that the throttling down of performance of the phone is not going to influence people into deciding to buy a new phone is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're literally disabling the phone. And you're not doing your customer service base. You're not doing them a service, because if you really cared about them getting the best stuff all the time, what you would do is you would say, hey, these batteries are going to get older. If you want to continue your phones, here's a new battery at a reasonable rate. Otherwise, we have to throttle down the performance of your phone so that you can get a day's use out of it. But that can be avoided by simply swapping out the battery. So this is what happens when your phone gets to be a year old.
Yeah,
But that's sort of disingenuous, right?
and the batteries were so expensive. Now I think they got them down to $29 because
That's just in response to
Yeah,
getting
right.
in this situation, you know? I think they make amazing shit. This iPhone 10X, whatever the fuck they want to call it, it's amazing. It's crazy that there's a company that makes something like that. They're gonna make some mistakes. I don't know who approved that mistake, but that's a mistake. They shouldn't have done that. But the stuff they make someone's got to do that. It's not going to be like the Brian and Joe Corporation.
Right.
You know, I mean, you need something with massive resources and a shit fuck ton of people to be able to put together the cash to make an iPhone 10. I mean, you got to hire a lot of fucking people to make this thing right. You got to hire wizards and sorcerers and goddamn silicone geniuses and people who know how to get lithium-ion batteries thinner than your fucking fingernail in these things. Not thinner than a fingernail, right? Thinner than a finger. What's like, how thick is well, it can't be that thick. This shit has a case on it. Like, how thin is a battery in a cell phone?
It's pretty thin.
Like paper chip. Or a potato chip, rather. Like a flat potato, if you ever could flatten out a potato chip.
It's a little thicker than that, actually. What's crazy though is that the phone before this, iPhone 7 Plus S, whatever the fuck it was, when I downloaded the new operating system on it, it was crashy, it was buggy, it fucked up all the time. But then when I got the iPhone X, the same operating system, it was way better. So that's like not anything to do with the battery. That's just because they built an operating system around this processor and this screen and all the components on this, and then they're emulating it for all the other phones, or whatever they're doing.
It's almost like the only way to be truly awesome at something is just to be greedy too.
Yeah.
It's like they gotta have we gotta fuel this motherfucker. Okay. This is projected sales, and we can get that up at about 20%. And this is how we're gonna do it. You want dark secret meetings? Just like candles going into the fucking basement. Slow down the old phones. No! Don't do it, Mark. Working for technology. We've always worked for technology. We can't slow down the fucking phones, man. We're gonna slow them down. We're gonna slow them down, sell them the new shit. They don't need the new shit.
Against all strife.
It's about information. It's about new apps.
You've been watching Black Mirror?
I only watched 3 episodes, but I love it.
You haven't watched the new season?
I've watched, I think, 1 episode in the new season, which was the video game episode, but the guy was in the lifelike video game that was remarkably similar to Ari Shafir's Salvia Divinorum trip.
There's no new season as of like 2 days ago.
There's another new
Yeah,
season?
like,
2 days ago.
6 brand new
Christ,
episodes.
I can't. I don't have the time for this. But the last one I watched was the video game one. I'm hooked on the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt right now on Netflix. Have you watched it? Dude, that is a funny, silly show.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that. Yes.
Yeah, the lady, she was trapped in a bunker for 15 years in a religious cult, and she gets out, and she's living in New York City, and she doesn't know what the fuck's going on. It's really funny, man. There's a couple episodes where it kind of falls apart, but then it bounces back strong. It's very funny again now. It's a really good show. I'm on like episode, I want to say 8. I think I'm on episode 8.
Black Mirror is getting in some trouble because I guess Carl Pinkerton?
Carl Pinkerton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly, 2 things on 2 different episodes, he talks about something that they stole in Black Mirror, and which is weird. It was in the news today.
Well, I don't know what the specifics are, so I don't want to comment. But there's a lot of things that Black Mirror did as subjects that I talked about too, but it was just because a lot of people were talking about potential future technologies like this video game thing where they put something in the back of your head like the Matrix and plug you into some artificial experience that's indistinguishable. That's what those, I've talked about that 100 times just from being high, you know, and thinking about what are they going to be able to do next that's crazier than Duncan Trussell when he had that HTC Vive. You put that thing on. Did you put that thing on?
I have one.
Oh, you have one. Duncan had me over his podcast, and I put it on for like an hour and a half before I did it. You do that, and you go, okay, well, what's next? You know? So I don't know if Carl just was able to figure out what's next. Are they saying this plagiarism?
Yeah. I mean, if you have the article, Jimmy, it seems pretty specific, where it's not like, hey, he's talking about simulation theory. It's more like he actually had this idea. I forget what it is. I saw it this morning.
Sometimes, though, it is parallel thinking. So let's just in the interest of...
I know, there's spoiler alerts in there. I don't even want to read.
Okay, watch Carl Pinkerton predict new Black Mirror plots years ahead of time. Yeah, you're right. We can't bring these up. So who wrote the article? What's it on? Gizmodo. Gizmodo. I love that site. Very good site.
Yeah.
I love them. Very good site. They're real news.
Do you have like 5 websites that you just shuffle back and forth? Like Gizmodo's one, Engadget's one, Kotaku's one.
New Scientist one.
New Scientist.
People get mad, but you know I like to read the New York Times.
New York Times.
People get mad. You like reading fake news? It's the fucking New York Times. Okay, you cannot just immediately dismiss the fucking New York Times. You cannot. With any mistakes that anybody has made ever, you cannot fucking dismiss the New York Times. How dare you? They're a giant part of what made people at this level in terms of our understanding of world events. A giant part leading to 2017. If you look at the history of human beings, understanding the reality of a detailed intellectual understanding of the reality of certain current world events compiled in a daily resource. The New York Times changed the world. It offered people super high-level information from uber smart people on a regular basis. And to dismiss that and say that that's just as good as any other paper, said no. There was a pursuit. They were in a pursuit for excellence in information. Now, whether or not they made some mistakes, I criticized them for that Conor McGregor weird thing. They said his face was covered in blood, and he was.
And they fixed it immediately.
Yeah, they said he almost fell through the ropes before the referee rescued him. Like, no, he got his ass kicked. You don't have to make anything up. Like, what happened was amazing. You don't have to like embellish it just to make your magazine. This is crazy. Like, you can't do that. You're the New York Times. Like, especially in this day and age. You gotta resist. You gotta be I'm rubber, you're glue. You can't even respond. You can't, and you can't put out anything fake. You just can't. You know. But people that go, oh, the New York Times is fake news. Like, they've been around for so long. Do you know how much important shit they put out? You're gonna just dismiss them because you love Trump. You're really willing to do that? That's as crazy as anything I've ever heard. You can't do that either. Like, they can't be exonerated. I mean, they can be exonerated, but they can't be exempt from not being called out by printing something that's not true. Everyone should be held up to the same standards. But if you don't appreciate what the New York Times is, that seems crazy. It's just, they're really important.
You see all the Trump, like, global warming tweets. Like, he doesn't really understand global warming.
He's trolling, bro.
These scientists, wake up.
Yeah.
It's freezing right now. Global warming's not real.
He's 70 and he's trolling. Yeah, it's weird, right?
That's true. I wish the whole thing was a troll. That'd be so fucking
No, he's trolling about that, though. You know, he just doesn't want anybody fucking with him. And he feels like a lot of the mainstream media, they fuck with him. And so he fires back. And then it becomes this weird thing where all the people that are on his side start, like, people pick sides, man. And they're like, fake news. Like, no, it's the New York Times. It's one of the best news sources ever. Have they said shit that's not true? 100%. You know why? They're run by people. People fuck up everywhere. There's not a place where they go where they don't fuck up. Every fucking place a person goes, they fuck up. They fuck up in Harvard. They fuck up in MIT. They just fuck up way less than most of us. They're still just people. It's a weird time right now. It's a weird time right now as far as the way people are looking at things. You know?
Your middle tower is under attack.
It just seems everything seems very exaggerated. Like we're preparing for something. Like we're a screaming baby.
war.
You think
Korea.
so?
North Korea.
Well, here's the other thing. North Korea just made a speech recently, actually open to high-level talks, and they're more. It was way more passive and less threatening. Yeah, and people like this crazy motherfucker might realize Trump is a crazy motherfucker too, who actually runs the U.S. And unlike Obama, who would probably never consider attacking North Korea, he's looking at Trump. He's like, this dude is 70. Okay, he's old as fuck. He's been a gangster his whole life, and now he just took over the country. And he let the military guys do whatever the fuck they want to do. You don't think there's a high possibility that some of those spaceships from Nevada might come out of a hole in the ground and go rocketing towards North Korea in 20 minutes and let loose some crazy new bombs that you haven't even heard of yet? That's entirely possible. He knows it. I don't like to think that there's any benefit to our current situation.
Well, we also just cut off all their, was it gas?
Yeah, there's some serious sanctions.
So that might be wise.
Well,
But let's talk
you're
about
right.
it, guys.
You're right. That's actually probably more logical.
Yeah.
But I'm doing more the comic book thing.
Yeah, we should take the tier 1s before we roam.
People don't want to piss Trump off. It's interesting. You know?
If we just 5 men, then we can probably take them.
Yeah.
It makes sense. He's definitely nuttier than the regular. He's definitely nuttier than the regular dude that's in the job.
I thought we were getting attacked the other day when that SpaceX launch happened. Like, that was...
Did you really think so?
Well, everyone at Starbucks... I said Starbucks. Everyone at Starbucks started running out. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, is there a bomb? Like, I was kind of freaked out. Then everyone's like staring at the sky, so I run out and... First, I thought it was an alien because that pulsating smoke that was happening on the side. Like, I had never seen anything like that before. It was like, wait, my eyes have never seen that before. Because it was like, it looked like a big whale. Then there was like a dot in the middle of it that was pulsating. Like
Hit the tower and then get back.
And it just looked foreign. It looked like an alien. But then everyone's like, is that Korea? And I'm like, I didn't even think about North Korea. Like, is that headed downtown?
I saw one of those once on Melrose. It was a launch out of Edwards Air Force Base. They launched something, some missile test. He's like, whoa, we saw this thing shooting across the sky. People are pulling their cars over. This is a long time ago. And they did it like right at dusk. Right as the sun was setting, and they shot. I think they thought they'd get away with it. They could sneak it in there before we could see it.
It's weird that they do that. Like there was a lot of car accidents when that happened because
Really?
everyone thought, "What the fuck? Were we getting attacked?" It's weird that they don't like, you know, how your phone goes off if Pablo gets kidnapped by his stepdad.
Right.
You know, you have that
Amber
noise,
alert, right.
Amber Alert.
Yeah.
But they won't say, "Hey, there's going to be a big rocket launch."
What are you showing us, Jamie? What is this?
Time lapse for the one from last week.
Look at
They're
this.
shooting off 3 of them.
Whoa, that is crazy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is crazy.
Sky,
And
can I
it's-
just get
it's
this wave
going
from my thing?
around the earth and off into
They're shooting off 3 on Friday night, so just here's your warning.
Friday night.
So don't freak
Hey,
out.
when is? Oh, we're gonna be at the
Oh.
store. When is the one where he shoots a Tesla to Mars? When's he doing that?
That's coming up soon.
That motherfucker.
I think that's what the thing on Friday is. It was supposed, it got pushed from Friday to Friday from Thursday, and it's setting up the big
All right,
launch.
let me gank
Has
me.
there ever been a guy that's more like Tony Stark than Elon Musk? Never.
I think he's sending his car away so he can go get it. Like he's gonna be the first one.
Are those both illusions?
I'm fucking out of here. Taking my car with me.
I won't let him go.
Tower is under
You
attack.
gotta stay. Dude, we need you down here. You might not make it back. What if your calculations are off? What if your calculations are off? Like, you know, sometimes people are saying they get up their Tesla and the door handle doesn't open up automatically, and then you don't even have a door handle. Like, okay. What if that happens when you're up there, bro? Huh? We never had a super genius that everybody wants to just hand the keys to before.
What if he is the Bitcoin guy too? That some people think.
Some people think he
Whatever.
created Bitcoin. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I have to ask Mr. Antonopoulos if he agrees with that.
I don't believe that. That's
Why don't you?
because that would be too crazy.
Bring the smoke
It's
here
not
if you
too
want smoke.
crazy. What if he's an alien?
There's a
What
sentry
if he's the
somewhere?
future?
He's dating Johnny Depp's ex. He can't be too crazy.
Broke up with her, bro.
Just
Well, he
sentry down.
did.
We can
Good for him.
He brought it to the comedy store one night.
Oh, that's right.
Dude, I gotta think that there's levels to everything. And there might be even levels in the super genius category. And he's in some weird, new, crazy, ultra productive level of the super genius category. Dude, he powered. What part of New Zealand was it or something like that? With that gigantic. Australia? It was Australia. He made some sort of a bet where he would install some mega battery complex in Australia. Am I remembering this right? And it worked perfectly in record time.
Fucking Shadow Fiend hurts me.
Tesla
man.
built a giant battery to fight power outages in Australia, and it's already working. And it worked in like milliseconds. Like the power went down and it kicked on in milliseconds.
Only
Yeah.
lasts 3 years before it starts slowing down your city.
0.14 seconds. That's insane. After a major plant, the Loy Yang station in the neighboring state of Victoria suffered a sudden drop in output. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
me too, but I was gonna die. I
It
just wanted to
kicked
get
in
some
just-
damage in.
0.14 seconds after the thing went out. The thing.
See our teeth.
Yeah, man, he's a wizard. He's some sort of new type of cultural figure, like the electronic daddy.
All right, they had a ward in our
He's
mid.
the guy who's making cars. He's gonna build
I just dewatered it.
autonomous. What are those transporter trucks? Gigantic semi trucks.
The Boring Company.
Yeah, the Boring Company. He's gonna fix traffic.
Why
He
isn't
just
he?
keeps going.
Why doesn't he tackle things like cancer, herpes?
Figure it out on your own, bitch. I'm busy making electric cars. The fuck? Why don't you fix it? I'm doing this. I made a car. I'm shooting one of my cars to Mars. Wanna come? Wanna watch?
I think he's got to have 2 or 3 friends that are also like, what do you guys want to do this month? What are we gonna fix or fuck with or?
He's too smart to have friends. He's got a couple people that he observes.
He's got to have a buddy he bounces some shit off of.
Guy's an alien. Don't you think the buddy would go, just talk to Johnny Depp? If you had a real buddy,
Calls me.
I'd be like, listen, she seems amazing. And she's probably telling the truth. I don't know. I don't know who's right, who's wrong. I want you to be happy, bro. I don't want craziness. And you're like,
Lol.
she just got off of doing coke and jumping out of windows. And,
Parents freaking out.
Get back up, get the tower. Don't chase. That's cool.
yeah.
We're good.
I think
Just back up. Wait for quick
there's
wave.
levels to the Super Genius game, and he's some new level. He's like some new Mike Tyson Punch-Out
Now!
character. Like, whoa. Like this is
Don't
the new
die.
super genius inventor level, but that's also a super famous person. Like everybody knows who Elon Musk is. It's almost like a character. Like if you want to prove that there's some sort of a really super complex, captivating narrative about being a person, 2018, he's a central character.
Was he smart his whole life? Like, was he creating things in like middle school and high school, or did just one day out of nowhere this guy comes and goes, "Oh, I invented this all stuff, and I'm smart"?
That's a good question.
Maybe it's all a rouge.
That's a good question.
Your top
Really just
tower
box
is
con.
under
What if he's the
attack.
first robot?
We should get bot
What
tier
if
1.
they sent him?
Just get bot.
We get him electrocuted. He went, and then Optimus cuts open his arm. Shows you certain. It's like robots need love too. I helped you. It fixed your whole fucking world. That's the way.
Made a computer game as well.
Yeah, but which
normal
one?
kids.
E.T.
Normal. Doom.
Fuck me!
Doom VR. Have you played that?
No. It's very disturbing to know there's people that are that much smarter than you, right? You go, well, all right, okay. Here's the thing, like, people are better than you at shit. You gotta get over that.
Just get the.
There's just no way around it. You know, imagine
Back
if you're
with
like
that tower.
Elon Musk's older brother.
Let's go hit it. You don't need creeps or
And you-
anything.
you
You
know.
just hit it.
You're like, bro, you don't know shit. You're
While
only
they're dead.
7. It's like, okay. And it just brews up inside of him. Grows in power. And then what do you do? Even if you're happy, even if you have
Now
a
there's
great
3
life, like even if you're like, you know, what do I do? Oh, I make log furniture. You know, like for outside, for the patio. I mean, some of people's fondest moments. You're sitting out in the back patio, and it seems kind of old-fashioned to me. And one of the old-fashioned things that I like is log furniture. So I build log outside patio furniture. My name's Michael Musk. Yeah, I'm super happy. Couldn't be happier. Yeah, he's my brother. Yeah, Elon, he's, let me tell you something, Elon's on speed, okay? Elon's on Adderall and Provigil and New Vigil, and he's taking microdoses. He microdoses.
I mean, they're all mid. We
He's
can
not
fight or we
clean.
can push.
Test him.
We're already
Is
bought.
under attack.
He's got a brother.
Oh, no.
Kimball Musk.
No! Kimball's
What's he
probably
do?
the real Elon Musk. He's a super genius that exists in the lotus position,
Yeah.
floats in midair in some wheat silo somewhere in New Hampshire, and they go
Century?
visit him a couple of times a month.
I wouldn't mind. I would be like, give me a free Tesla every couple days.
They probably got that dude in the
Your
bunker
top
with Dick
tower
Cheney
is under
right
attack.
now. Kimball Musk. What is he?
Yeah, I want to know what Kimball does.
He teaches kung fu. He's in those videos that I always post on
God.
Instagram. He just imagine if his brother was just a nut. Oh, look at him, handsome bastard, drinking coffee.
Oh my.
Age 45.
Regional manager for Blockbuster Video.
Oh, he's from South Africa. Even crazier. So Elon's from South
And they have a,
Africa.
yeah, and it's his
That's
sister.
right.
too.
Wow.
Started a company called
Your top
Zip2
tower
and
is
sold
under
it to
attack.
Compaq, and that's where he started.
South Africa is a interesting place. Very, very interesting place. A lot of people I know that go there love it. And obviously the crazy history of Nelson Mandela and apartheid, and how recent that was to us. But I always think of that Sugar Man movie when I think of South Africa now.
I always think of District 9. Doesn't that look like District 9 there?
The movie with the robots.
The Antwoord?
Or
Or no?
no, District 9 was the movie with
Yes.
the aliens. There were aliens. But they weren't robots, right? They were like weird aliens. What were they?
Sort of thing of both, honestly. It was like some sort of tech alien.
Oh, that's right.
What was
Remember?
it? Can you show it again? That was a great fucking movie.
I love that movie. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they were like some
Predator
sort of
looking
mecha. Yeah, that's right, man. Fuck, that was a good movie.
I need to rewatch it.
He was shot in South Africa. That's where he's from. He dedicated Neil Blanc.
Yeah.
What was the movie I said that it made me remind me of?
Set upon them.
What did I just say?
I heard it.
Seek the
God
foe.
damn it. D. Antwoord is always a big connection. I always think about them. But I was saying it was Nelson Mandela and there was something else that made me think about South Africa. I'll come back to it. Oh, that Elysium movie. That was the Matt Damon movie.
We just try and
Was
push
that in
and
South
force
Africa?
fights.
forest.
I think it's sort of similar.
We're not gonna win late
as
game.
District 9.
It's crazy that
Calls me.
a guy like Elon Musk, some super duper fucking genius, would come out of that spot. Well, what's that place like? We should do a JRE in South Africa.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We gotta go. We gotta
Do a
go
live
now.
JRE.
Just lose.
Swim with the great whites.
Fuck that. That's true, right? That's the scary spot. Like I hear when you fly over them in your plane, they
Push
jump
button,
up
push
to
button.
fight the plane.
So don't try and
Think of
chase
that
that
spot,
SF.
man.
Get him to come
You
to
wanna
us.
talk about spots?
Yes.
South Africa. Like Dutch colonists
For the forest.
trying to like carve out a place in the land in Africa. What do you got me here?
The Wild Boys in South Africa.
Oh no.
Got the zebra suit and went out and let lions fuck. Great
That
idea.
is.
We had Steve-O on the Kill Tony last night for the weigh-ins.
Is this in a game preserve though?
I remember them actually telling the story on here. I think they shot the lion part here in L.A.
The reason why I ask is they have places in South Africa where they let the lions loose or not. Like they know when to let them loose.
Tight as blink.
It's kind of oh Jesus
Okay.
Christ! The lions actually tried to get him. Oh
Keep
no!
going.
Oh
Keep
my
going.
God! That's
One mid, one
insane.
top. Keep going.
The lions took away their hat.
This is zebra
Need to
head.
force him back.
Dude, that is so crazy. They're lucky to live.
Done this stuff. Yeah, that really
He's had more than one experiences with lions then. Because I thought the one that we had in the tree was the only one we ever had.
All right,
Is that
we might
Steve-O
not
right
have
there?
needed to do that. Now we're dead. You're just gonna get a rack.
Drinks, Everlast, Eddie Bravo, one of Eddie's students, and Steve was telling me like all these different things. Why? I'm like, why are you doing that? He's showing me the scars that he had on his arm from the operations where he had to. What's going on here? He's got a hook.
He's bait for a shark.
He put a hook through his lip.
And jumped out in the water with a shark.
Oh my
no cage.
God! No cage, just jumped in the water with a hook in his mouth.
The enemy is near.
This latest one where he got burnt in his back and everything. Disgusting.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He had a bunch of different skin grafts from cadavers. That's so crazy. That,
He looks good now, though. From last night.
he does. He's showing, but he's planning on more chaos.
Tracks of
He's not
intruders.
like you always gotta go. You're done. You're fine. You walk. Everything's fine. Let's just end this.
Nope. Fight is
Like
blood.
Evil Knievel. That guy never stopped, right?
I think he's way less busted up than Evil Knievel. Evil Knievel lived in the days where the medicine was not as good. But he also was flying motorcycles and shit. Way different.
Say now.
Wait, Evil Knievel was jumping rockets across canyons. Remember that? Snake River Canyon? Is that what it was? Where was
He's
that? In
25.
Arizona or some shit?
I think we lose.
Do you remember that? He had a rocket. He shot it across a canyon.
Those guys
Why do you have a
that
battlefield?
climb those skyscrapers and stuff. Do you see
Yeah, I did.
the guy that fell?
Yeah, dude.
That was a creepy video to watch.
Horrifying video to watch.
Scared.
Horrifying.
Let them see our teeth.
Yeah, that's encouraging that is not wise, but discouraging it.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of those videos, right? I've watched a lot of them. I had what is his name that we had on the show?
Super strong finger.
James Kingston. James Kingston, who was a very nice
But
guy.
why do you have a
who
Battlefield?
has done
You're
lot
not
of
a-
things online
like a
that freak
basher
me
or
the
something.
Fuck out. He was a really nice guy. I don't want to tell that guy he can't do something that I enjoyed watching that he succeeded in doing. I don't want him to land on me either. You know, it's like, I mean, how much time and effort have you done into cleaning up the bottom area where you might fall? Because you're gonna fall. If you fall, okay, I'm not saying you're gonna fall, but if you fall, you might fall on somebody. Okay, this is different. Fuck this. This is not good for me.
I can't even watch this.
James, don't put this on TV. We gotta get down. We gotta get down from here. We gotta get down. We gotta get down. We gotta get down slow. No, stop. Don't walk on the top. Don't talk about it. We got away with it. We got away with it.
Just thinking
Just in
about
all, in the interest of full disclosure, we got way too high for the show.
it. Legal weed, that's why.
You know what it is? Also that That fucking
Come near.
the weed that we used to have
Another swipe down.
before Sober October and the weed after Sober October is different. It's different stuff. And I think the combination of those two things, the combination of taking a month off and then trying some new different stuff. There's different stuff. It's different.
Yeah, but your tolerance also restarted.
Yeah, it's not good right now. Sketchy. You gotta be careful. I gotta gingerly walk through the water.
May I
1
please
month
get something from the...
Oh yeah, it cleanses you. It's amazing how fast it cleanses. Like 3 days. If I haven't smoked in 3 days and I smoke a joint, I'm like so stoned, like out of my lord.
Yeah. I still can't remember what I wanted to say about South Africa. I knew it had something to do with apartheid and struggle in that area and how strange it is. Africa in itself. What's that? Chappie? Oh, that was another movie?
That was the D word one.
Yeah.
Sit upon them.
Yeah, that's right. D'Antwoord came out strong. Very interesting. That Yolani, how do you say it? Yolani Cluster? How do you say it? How do you say it?
I think it's Yolanda.
Yolandi Visser. That's it. Yolandi Visser.
Reminds me of like bingo.
I don't understand why you get about 300
Yeah.
ever.
What movie
Whatever.
was that?
Chappie. Do you know that they were like, you know, they're like the main characters of the movie, but they said something or they to the about the director or the studio. They got in a fight, so they took them off the poster and everything. That's why they're not on any of the posters, even though they're like main characters.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That sucks. See, that's why people like D'Antwoord, they're a little too raw. They need like a slick talking manager. Like, listen, we're dealing with artists here. Ultimately, they don't really mean what they say. It's just the same explosive nature that lives inside them that lets them create such amazing music that you're a fan of and I'm a fan of. Sometimes it gets haywire, and we just like to come
We're
in
not
and
saying you're not
apologize
doing
for
your
what's
job. It's just like if you had a blink or maybe something could initiate easier. I don't know.
It just was all wrong.
Yeah, I mean, they
didn't really
they
take
even
advantage of
market
our
it,
window.
but D'Antwoord was in it. That's crazy.
Yeah, that seems like a mistake. It seems like you don't like money. But who knows? Who knows what they're really like? You know, that would be the big bummer, right? You meet them in the dicks. Like, yeah.
Me and Duncan hung out with them.
Really?
They smelled like armpits.
Wow, that's good. Whose armpits, though?
His.
Some people's armpits smell lovely.
It's like that 1 year you took deodorant.
It wasn't a whole year. It's like a week. It just seemed like a year. It was like Ari's DMT trip.
We should have put it a long time ago. People wanted
You're
to farm
just making
instead.
waves of smell.
Yeah. You can't do it. You just can't not wear deodorant. Try it for a little while.
It's weird.
Isn't it interesting, too, that we've all just accepted that we have to put chemicals on certain parts of our body in order not to smell after you've been moving around for too long? It's weird, man. Like, have you ever shaved your armpits?
Bad idea.
I wonder how much of an effect. It must have some effect on what your armpits smell like. Has to. Yeah, for sure. But you can't. unless you're a bodybuilder. Like there's things you do. Like if my chest itches, I'll shave my chest. You know, I'm embarrassed to say it, but I'll do it. Especially if it gets itchy after a while. I don't fuck around. That's vain.
About guys that shave their arms. Tats. I think I heard something Carrot
Yes.
Top does it.
I hate the feel.
Well, Carrot Top used to be a super bodybuilder jack guy. Remember?
I think he said he did it one time when he was a swimmer and he just liked the feeling, so he was just like, fuck it. I'm doing it.
Oh, slippery. Slippery through that pool. Slippery sliding. I oil up before I swim. Glide.
So he's not buff anymore? He's back to normal?
Well, he's still buff. He's just not a giant bodybuilder guy.
Creepy buff.
I don't want to talk for him because I don't know him, but I know Duncan did something with him a long time ago. They did a pilot for some sort of a reality show.
That's right.
Like, hey man, I'm gonna do this reality show with Carrot Top.
Your bottom tower is under
Yeah, that's
attack.
Carrot Top at his jackety jackest, and that's like a normal Carrot Top.
Yeah.
That's I think it's what he's like now. He's like more like
Your
looks
bottom
fit.
tower is under attack.
yeah, but like back then he looked like super duper jacked. Like his shoulders were popping out, unnaturally wide. Like it didn't even make sense. Like right there. Yeah, like he went off the deep end. It looked like he had, I mean, he's so big. Who knows what the fuck he's doing? But he's doing it.
That shoulder does not look. It looks like implants.
Yeah. It could be something called synthol that some bodybuilders engage in, and what it does, they think it helps them balance out areas of their body that aren't big enough. And it's real weird because there's a ton of videos of people taking, you know, the videos of people putting synthol in their muscles and dancing around. That's not. No, that's just him looking buff. That doesn't look anything nearly as bad. We're looking at Carrot Top, where you can see his dick root. It goes. The photo goes all the way down to what I like to call.
Dick root?
That's what I call it. That's my name. I named
Dane
it.
Cook always posts
When
his
guys,
dick roots.
exactly. When I describe that look to people, where a man has his underwear at the very base of his cock, that's your dick root.
That's a beautiful term.
Yeah. Thank you. I, by the way, I demand 100% credit for Dick Root.
Dick Root.
I created it because I was trying to figure out how to describe what was uncomfortable about those kind of pictures. It's like, you're trying so hard. And like, that's Dick Root. That's Dick Root all the way, Carrot Top.
It looks like
diggity, diggity, Dick Root.
It looks like he has a thong on.
It doesn't even look like it should be possible with the laws of gravity. It looks like that thing should fall down your ankles. Your freckled boner should come rocketing at the screen like a 3D shark in Jaws 3D.
Jaws 3D.
But he's just jacked. I mean, he's just a guy who wants everybody to suck his dick. And it's just like letting you know it's right there. It's right there. That makes sense. But I mean, but he's just jacked. That makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is the people would stick the oil in their arms and they would create like water balloons where their muscles should be, and they would dance around. And there's one video of a guy like throwing punches in the air with these water balloons for arms. It's so weird. It's so strange.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ!
There's a bunch of people that have those pictures, those Dick Root pictures.
Yeah, I see. Dane Cook loves the Dick Root.
Yeah, he's a handsome fellow.
He always posts the most funniest photos.
Works hard in the gym.
Yeah.
Wants to show the goods.
Oh no.
Yeah, this guy 100% is using that stuff, or he's got 2 equally sized tumors.
Does he think that looks good?
Well, he's probably mentally deficient,
That's
Brian. There's
true,
probably something severely wrong with him.
Oh my God. Now, if he was like balancing on top of a skyscraper at the same time, it would be even worse.
See, the thing about this young man is, you know, there's probably something severely wrong with him. But what he is giant water balloon. But he's an abuser of something. How many people are a more reasonable user of the user? And that's what somebody thought that the Carrot Top stuff. It's real common. Yeah, he's a powerful arm wrestle guy. Has one arm that's way more jacked than the other. Yeah, that can't be good for you, bro.
That's real?
Yep. He smashes people in arm wrestling. It's so crazy.
It's his dick root.
Like, come on, man. What is that? Don't do that, dude. He's probably gonna be hurting when he gets older.
Yes, Brian might know. This is like this topic. You're the Korean Hulk guy that's supposedly dating Lindsay Lohan right now. Yeah.
And all of a sudden this show's TMZ. Jamie jumps in with relationship gossip. You son of a bitch. That's what you do every time.
Well, they posted a photo last night, Jamie, and you know she's dealing with the IRS right now.
Oh, that guy's super jacked. Holy shit. Look at his dog. He's living with a werewolf. That's like a monkey werewolf.
I tell you, man, I love Koreans. We had a family dinner for my girlfriend the other day, and I come in and they're cupping. They're doing the thing where they like puncture a little hole, and then they put these glasses and they pretty much suck the bad blood out of you. So I walk in and there's just blood everywhere and towels and shit like that.
What is it supposed to do? It's supposed to, we've talked about this before, right? It's supposed to accelerate blood flow to the area, like pulls the tissue, the skin away from it and accelerates blood flow.
Sometimes the blood comes out as gel, which is weird. It's supposed to, but there's, what I didn't know is a lot, because I posted a video of it while they were doing it. A lot of people are saying that cupping's bad for you, and then I did research. If it goes bad, it goes bad. It leaves permanent damage if they don't do it right, and
Really?
Yeah, if there's some photos that are pretty disturbing, where like pretty much just holes in people's backs.
Oh fuck,
Yeah,
man.
but yet then the Olympians do it. You know, like people for the Olympics do it. So it's like, what's
Well, I don't know shit about medicine, but I would imagine. Oh
Yeah,
my
look at
god,
that.
what is that?
cupping gone bad.
Chinese man left with horrific holes in back after botched. Whoa.